Hey everyone, I'm going to read this story called Surprise in the Meadow by Vojtech. Do you recognize this burrowing animal? It's a chipmunk. I really like the illustrations in this story because if you look closely, you can see lots of different kinds of creatures in the meadow. Look closely while I read to see if you can see all the different types of animals. Spring had come to the meadow. You see some birds and butterflies in the sky, some worms in the dirt, some fish and frogs in the river. Spring in the meadow. Little Chipmunk woke from his long winter sleep. He was hungry. He remembered the seeds he had buried last fall. They had been so delicious. Do you remember what it's called when an animal takes a long sleep over the winter? It's called hibernation. It looks like this chipmunk is coming out of its burrow, and he's hungry for the seeds he hid in the fall. Little Chipmunk went to his hiding place, but he found no seeds, only the shoot of a mysterious plant. His seeds had disappeared. Where do you think Little Chipmunk's seeds went? He put them here in the fall and then had a long winter sleep. Now there's this mysterious plant there instead. The spring sun was warm. The mysterious shoot grew taller and taller. Look, it looks like some other burrowing creatures have come to look. I see a skunk. I see a raccoon, a snail, and a little bug. The plant continued to grow and grow, bigger than Bluebell, bigger than Black-Eyed Susan, even bigger than Queen Anne's lace. I see some more burrowing animals on this page. The plant keeps growing. As the summer grew hotter, the stream dried up. The grass yellowed and the flowers wilted. Look, the stream is gone, and the raccoon is looking for the water. The flowers have started wilting. Why do you think these animals are hiding behind the rocks? What's going to happen to the chipmunk and all the plants in the meadow? Suddenly, the sky grew dark. Splash! A drop fell, and another and another. It rained all day and all night. The stream filled, the grass was green, and the flowers were beautiful again. The big plant had a gigantic golden flower, shining like the sun. Look, a spring rain and the meadow is healthy again. The flowers perked back up, the stream filled back up, and look how big the mysterious plant has gotten. Do you know the name of this flower? It says it shines like the sun. I wonder how many animals you can spot on this page. Take some time. They're in the water, they're in the meadow, they're in the rocks, they're all over the meadow. Pause the story and see how many you can find. Sunflower, Little Chipmunk called. Soon the meadow grew cool and crisp. Fall was coming. Little Chipmunk gathered food for the winter. The sunflower's head changed from brilliant yellow to a brown that darkened every day. Do you remember the big sunflower that was in our backyard at school? Do you remember in the fall when it started getting heavy, turning brown and drooping down towards the ground? One blustery afternoon, a strong wind blew through the meadow, shaking the sunflower from side to side. Little Chipmunk watched a brown hailstorm coming down from the sunflower's head. What's coming out of the sunflower's head? In the wind. When the wind settled beneath the sunflower, Little Chipmunk found hundreds of brown seeds. He bit into one. It tasted just like the seeds he had been looking for in the spring. His seeds had not disappeared after all. He buried some of the seeds and filled his belly with the rest for the long winter ahead. So these seeds blew out of the sunflower, and then the chipmunk was able to eat them. Why do you think they taste just like the seeds he planted last fall? What time of year do you think it is in this picture? It's winter, so the chipmunk is hibernating again. I love how this story starts in the spring and follows the chipmunk all through the year. It also follows the life cycle of the sunflower. We meet it as a mysterious shoot and watch it grow all the way until it releases its seeds again. Why do you think the author named this story Surprise in the Meadow? What surprise does the chipmunk find? If you're interested in doing a drawing challenge, you could draw your burrowing animal at every season of the year. What is your burrowing animal doing in the summer? What about in the fall, or the winter, or the spring? Draw your burrowing animal in each of the seasons.